being overseas today for deployed for military purposes, it is always important to be in shape and at your best physical condition. However, this is not the case. This is not a fake picture, this is a real picture of a U.S. Army soldier deployed to Iraq. Sadly, since 9/11, the terrorist attacks in the Twin Towers in New York, military standards and prerequisites have fallen sharply. The government needed more people to join and did so by dropping standards and prerequisites. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Robert Bryan, and today I'll be giving my speech on military standards and prerequisites and why they have fallen and things we can do to change them and help them grow back to the way we were. Why are there so many issues? Physical condition, mental condition, prior lifestyle, current lifestyle, and recruiting issues and standards have all dropped or been overlooked, sadly, and this has dramatically affected the way the military is as a whole and where it's going. Are you in shape? You would think that to join the military you need to be in shape. However, prior injuries, existing injuries, and physical capabilities are being overlooked or swept under the rug in some matters. For example, prior injuries for myself. I was in a horrible car accident in 2000. I had multiple injuries to myself, including my leg, ribs, and multiple concussions. However, when I went to join, they asked about none of them and only asked me if I could do 50 push-ups, and if I could, I can get in. Existing injuries. People are not being evaluated as well as they need to be before joining. Little things are being overlooked and causing serious problems in the long run. Existing injuries such as a bad knee. The Marine goes through boot camp, or the Army personnel goes through boot camp, they make it through boot camp, and then their knee acts up again, and they're now injured and not able to do their job correctly. Physical capabilities. To be in the military, Marines, Army, Navy, Air Force, or even Coast Guard for that matter, must have all meet certain physical capabilities. However, a lot of it is being overlooked just so they can increase their numbers and size. And it's quantity over quality. This is a picture of 2 Marine Corps drill instructors and a recruit. Is he mentally prepared? I don't know. Is this a job? Is this the right job for you? Such as that guy in the picture, I don't think he thought it was at that moment. Previous mental issues, your current state of mind, overall attitude, ability to work with others, and adhering to orders. All these are very important factors. Previous mental issues, such as, have you ever thought about committing suicide? Suicide is a very big thing in the Marine Corps and the military as a whole. I'm speaking for the Marine Corps' behalf because I'm in the Marine Corps and I have a lot of knowledge about it. 80% of suicides are, 80% of people who commit suicide in the Marine Corps, or in the military as a whole, have never been to war. People think, oh, he committed suicide because of PTSD. However, this is not the case. 80% of the people who commit suicide have never seen combat or even been overseas. Your current state of mind. How are you feeling? Anything of that matter. It's not asked at the recruiting station. They just process you through, increase their numbers, and go on with their day. Your overall attitude. Do you have a good attitude? Are you have a bad attitude? All that plays into effect when you do later join. And you're overseas or everything. You need to have a good attitude because this isn't the right job for everyone. Your ability to work with others. It's very important in any job, but especially the military. And adhering to orders. In any military branch, adhering to orders is extremely important. You must adhere to all orders very obediently to keep your well-being and the people around you safe as well. Where have you been? Behavioral patterns, minor crimes, serious crimes, gang-related, and drugs. All these are also factors that aren't asked at the recruiting station. Behavioral patterns, especially minor crimes and serious crimes. Back in 2000, in the initial push of when the war on terrorism started, Serious crimes and minor crimes were not an issue when trying to join the military. Even felonies, non-harsh felonies, were allowed in. And gang-related, there's a huge problem with gangs joining the military and not being, because of not improper screening, and then them getting out of the Marine Corps, military, Army, and going back to their gangs and teaching them all the tactics they've learned. And drugs. All the recruits who join the military are not properly screened for drugs. All they say is, hey, have you ever done drugs? No? Good, you can join. The screening is not thorough, they don't do their research, and then they pay for it later on after they join. The recruits turn later into Marines or soldiers and do drugs later on, and then put their careers and everyone else's lives in jeopardy. What have you been up to? What is your current employment status, your family and marital status? Drinking, do you have a drinking problem? And reason for joining. Also, all questions that are not asked at the recruiting station and should be. Even if they are asked, they don't really go into detail or depth, and people will just slide on through without the proper screening. Drinking problems especially is a big problem in the military. A lot of people who have a drinking problem before they join bring that over into the military, therefore putting, again, their own lives and everyone else's lives in jeopardy and not being able to do the main mission or mission accomplishment. I put this picture up because it shows a Marine from back in the day to now saying still ready. However, in many cases this is not the case. So you want to join. The recruiter's demeanor, recruiter's career under pressure, and quantity over quality. Recruiters, such as a lot of friends of mine especially, tell me firsthand that their jobs are on the line if they don't get the amount of people they need every month. They have to meet a certain quota. However, these quotas are met by people who are not physically capable, mentally capable, have drug-related problems or gang-related problems, drinking problems. All these things are not properly screened, and however, they just sweep them under the rug and let them join anyway to boost up their numbers. It's all about quantity over quality nowadays, which is sad. How this affects you. Taxpayers' money. The taxpayers are the ones who pay for these military men. And they're joining and just doing nothing but wasting money. Work smarter, not harder. Less problems. And overall appearance of the military and future of the military. All these factor into the problems that have happened with boosting up the numbers. The overall appearance of the military has sadly also dropped dramatically. If you go to Okinawa, there's a lot of problems with rapes on little kids. There's staff sergeants in Afghanistan and Iraq throwing puppies off cliffs. All kind of issues that, however, face later on. These are my references where I got my information. Thank you, that's the end.